Welcome again to Ancient Tales for today. Again, my voice is a little bit ancient, so I guess I 足够资格 to talk about ancient tales. Now, the last time we talked about an ancient love story. This time we come, actually some years later, to a mother who is praying for a son. Many people would like to have children. Some people cannot have children. So there are many people who pray for children. Stay by for number 81, praying for a son.
Story 81, Praying for a Son. Sons are very important in many cultures. The ancient tales tell of a woman named Hannah who really wanted to have a son. Because she couldn't have children, her husband had decided to marry a second wife. This, of course, made things worse for Hannah. The second wife did have children, and she taunted Hannah. This went on for years, and Hannah became very upset. Even though her husband asked her if he wasn't worth 10 sons to her, she was not convinced. She went to the temple to pray for a son. Eli, the priest, saw her speaking but not making any sound as she prayed. He assumed she was drunk. That shows what kind of society it was at the time. So he went over and told Hannah off for being drunk at the temple. Hannah replied that she was not drunk. Then Eli told her he hoped she would get what she was praying for. In time, Hannah did become pregnant and had a son. She named him Samuel, which means asked of God. Now here is a very interesting part of the story. After having this son that she so badly wanted, she then decided to give him to God and send him to serve at the temple. Samuel grew up in the temple, helping Eli the priest. Every year, Hannah would make her son a new coat and bring it to him at the temple. Samuel grew up to be a very wise leader and took over from Eli when he died. Here is a story we can learn from. Hannah wanted something so badly and prayed for it to happen. But when it did, she gave back to God and to the people by sending Samuel to help in the temple. It proves the old saying, "It is better to give than to receive."
Okay, here we go. In many cultures, sons are very important. Now, nowadays, things are sort of changing. But anciently, sons were the means for a livelihood. That sons worked. Ladies stayed at home. Nowadays, our modern culture is quite different. Men and women both work. Men and women both are at home. It's quite different. Now, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, the ancient tales tell about a woman named Hannah. Now, Hannah really wanted to have a son. For some reason, she did not have a son, and sons were important. Now, I don't know why, but because she couldn't have children, her husband had decided to marry a second wife. Solve the problem? Well, no, not really. Of course, this made things worse for Hannah. How would you feel? You can't have children, so your husband marries another wife. I mean, nobody would be happy. There's not a lady on the planet Earth that would be happy with that. And of course, Dongran, this made things worse for Hannah. The second wife did have children. Yeah, she had children, but she didn't stop with that. She taunted Hannah. What does taunted mean? 嘲笑. She made fun of Hannah. Oh, you can't have children. I can have children. I am more important than... Okay. This went on for years. How many years? We don't know. But we know that it went a number of years. And as you can guess, Hannah became very upset. I should have written more and more upset. Upset, a very interesting word. The word upset means, well, it could mean many things. It could be 难过. It could be 生气. Many different emotions are included in the word upset. The fact is, Hannah became very upset. Now, of course, her husband tried to solve the problem. Even though 尽管 it says ask here, he told her if he wasn't worth more than 10 sons to her. Of course, in a way that's true, because he provided her security. So, 比10个男孩子还要重要，还有价值。But she wasn't convinced. She wasn't convinced at all. So, what do you do in a situation like this? Well, that was a religious culture. So she went to the temple to pray for a son. Many people go to the temple. They pray for many things. 所以她去圣殿 and she's praying for a son. Now, the priest, Eli, he's a 祭司. He's the person that works in the temple. He saw her speaking, that is, her mouth was moving, but not a single sound came out. Almost feels like me. Today my voice is not too strong. I feel like I'm talking, but my voice is not coming out. Okay? Now, so he sees this, and he assumed something. What did he assume? 他以为 assumed that she was drunk. 喝酒醉. 喝酒醉. Now, this shows what kind of society it was at that time. 那时候的文化，那时候的生活，那时候的这个社会肯定是好糟糕。So he went over and told Hannah off. What does it mean to tell someone off? 责备他，责备他。He told her off for being drunk at the temple. If you're going to be drunk, get drunk at home, not in the temple. To which Hannah replied, she was not drunk. Oh. Oh. Well, now what do you do next? We'll have to see what the last part of the story says, but now for some light on our path. And now for some light on our path. Lena, we're going to look at Psalms 37, 4, 5, and 6, but the most important one is 4.
好，朋友们，我们可以翻开诗篇的第36篇，37篇，诗篇的第37篇，第4节、第5节、第6节。
Okay, simply says, delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun.
经文说，又要以耶和华为乐，他就将你心里所求的赐给你。当将你的事交托耶和华，并倚靠他，他就必成全。他要使你的公义如光发出，使你的公平正如正午。
Whoa, this is quite a promise, especially number 4, verse number 4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart.
是的，这句话说得很好哈，要以耶和华为乐，将心里所求的就赐给你。在这个故事里边，哈拿他就是这个样子，他不去求别人，不去告诉别人，他只是把他想要的，他心里面的苦闷一直跟上帝讲啊，所以连那个祭司都误解了他，是不是？
Yeah. It's interesting that you should say she didn't ask for somebody else's help. She actually, for a long time, 就吞下去. She just didn't say 忍住. But finally, she just came and she said to God, she was in the temple. She came to God and he says, God, help me. And she looked so bad. 我不怪这个祭司. Because many bad people, 这个喝酒醉的很多了. So it looked like maybe she was that kind of a person. But the important thing is that she came to God. And the promise here is that He will give you the desires of your heart. And she did get that. Welcome back. Now, here we have it. The lady, her name is Hannah. She goes to the temple. The priest in the temple assumes, Iwei, that she is drunk, but she's not drunk. So, when he finds out this, then why she was that. Then Eli told her he hoped she would get what she was praying for. In that culture, that was good news. In fact, it was very good news. He says, I hope God answers your prayer. I can't, but God can. I hope that you get what you pray for. 你的祷告会成就. Now, the fact is that in time, 过一段时间, Hannah did become pregnant. 她怀孕了. And you had a 50-50 chance to have a daughter or a son. She had a son. She had a son. And she named Samuel. Nice. Because in their language, at that time, Samuel means what? Asked of God. 求过神. So every time Samuel heard his name, he would know that he was a very important son because God gave him to his mother and father. Now, here is the interesting part of the story. I mean, the story has already been interesting, but now we come to a very interesting part. Our story. 非常趣的一部. So, after having the son, she badly wanted, 哇，这个很迫切要的, okay? To badly want something. After getting what she wanted, she then decided to give him to God. Oh, here you are, after all of these years, waiting for a son. And then, when you get the son, and you know that God has given the boy to you, and then she turns right around and decided to give the son to God and send him to the temple. Now, he was just a young boy at that time. What? About 8 years old? 8 years old? Just a young boy. And here he goes to the temple. 他在圣殿长大. Obviously, he doesn't even live there. So he doesn't see his mom and dad. Samuel grew up in the temple helping Eli the priest. Remember, Eli is the old priest that thought his mom was drunk. Now Samuel has been given to Hannah. Hannah gives right back to God. And Samuel, even as a little boy, is helping Eli, the priest, in the temple. he is growing up there. He is growing up as a little priest. Now, every year, Hannah would make her son a new coat and bring it to him at the temple. So every year, Mom would come to the temple and she would bring a new coat, 特别的衣服, and she brought it. Of course, every year, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Every year, she would bring a coat to him at the temple. Samuel grew up to be a very wise leader, 领袖, okay? 很聪明的领袖. I must say also that he was very 虔诚. He grew up to be a wise leader, a very spiritual, 很属灵的. And he took over from Eli when he died. Okay? He took over from Eli when he died. Obviously, Eli was an old man, and by the time Samuel grew up, he was a very old man. So Samuel grew up and became a wise leader, and he took over, 接替以利. Okay? Now, here is a story we can learn from. I think we can learn a lesson from here. Hannah wanted something so badly, 迫切的, 恳求的, wanted something so badly. And she prayed for it to happen. Did it happen? God listened to her prayer. When she did get the son, she gave the son back to God. To give back is 还给他, 就是献给他. And to the people, okay, so I give my son to God and the people, and she sent her son Samuel to help. Now, this proves a very old saying. Actually, it comes from 2,000 years ago. And here's the saying. It is better to give than to receive. 施比受更加有福. That's true. Now, stay by for some words you need to know. Okay, and now for some words you need to know. Now, when Hannah didn't have children, the husband decided, Elkanah, decided that he would get a second wife. 这个是麻烦的，第二个太太已经是麻烦的很了。But the second wife taunted the first wife. What is that? To taunt.
嘲笑或者是讥笑他。
讥笑他。She taunted, and that made Hannah very sad.
对。
Very, very 很难过，很难过。And so she came to the temple, and Eli felt like she was drunk. Drunk?
是的，那个祭司感觉到他像一个醉酒的人。我可以想象，他是当时可能他有流眼泪，可能他有哭泣，可能他的情绪很不稳定，所以被人这样子看待。
Yeah, so the word here is drunk.
Drunk.
She looked like 是喝酒醉的人。Okay? The next one is God gave her her desires and she became pregnant.
哇，怀孕。
怀孕了。Okay, so that's pregnant. Okay, and then the last one I'd like to look here. Every year, Hannah would make her son a new coat and bring it to him at the temple. Every year, what did she make him?
一个外衣，一个大衣。我
Okay,
相信这一个事情是非常感动的。一个母亲知道孩子每一年会长大，她每一年为他缝一个新的外衣，是不是
right. And I think that the most important thing is, 你看他的动机，他求上帝一个儿子，但是呢，得了儿子，马上献给上帝。
对。
哇，这个不简单啊。Well, that's all the time we have for Words You Need to Know. Join us next time. Well, now we come to the end. Here is a young man. He is a gift from God, and yet his mother gave him back to God, and he grows up there. Well, in our next chapter, we will see that Samuel grows up to be a very wise and spiritual person. But the problem is that after a while, the people wanted to be like everyone else. They wanted a king. So you'll want to join us next time as we look at wanting a king. Look forward to seeing you then.
That's all for today, and thanks for watching. If you like Ancient Tales for Today, please visit atft.chinesehope.tv. You may also contact us by writing to ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Again, that's ancienttalesfortoday@gmail.com. Tell your friends about Ancient Tales for Today. See you next time.